How you feel about Mexicans whenever they say the word?
Low-key, I think, like, you know, it's valid.
Why do you think that is valid for Mexicans to say it?
I don't know. We're the same, you know, like, we're family, bro.
You think that we're the same as black folks?
Nah, I think we're better.
Whoa, shoot. Why you say we're better?
Because we are, bro.
Wait, why though? You gotta like elaborate a little bit, just a little bit.
Because, bro, we're Mexicans, bro.
Okay.
Are we not?
A lot of our people, foundational black Americans, over the decades have been conditioned to love everybody but each other. We've been conditioned to go out of our way for everybody but each other, right? And we know that because in a lot of our communities, we got to go outside of our own people to get the things that we need. So we've been conditioned subconsciously to be subordinate to other groups. So now with this FBA movement, we're starting to wake up and say, no, we're not doing that no more. We're not taking care of other people. We're not going out of our way to allow other people to just come into our communities and we just patronize their stores, right? But they don't even like us, right? We need to develop our own stuff. We need to have our own identity, our own stores, and we're going to teach people how to respect us, right? We've been talking this way, but within our ranks, you still have a lot of people that want to be on those plantations, man. They don't want to come off. They want to love everybody. And when we call this stuff out, right, they get mad at us. So now in Chicago, you have a young activist named Stuckey, and he's been really supporting these Mexicans and these immigrants, right? And their quest to come to America, be dumped into our communities and take us over, right? He's supporting this.
And look, I just had to come step outside and say this. It is 2026, gang. Everything that's in Chicago is not the Venezuelans' fault. Everything up in Chicago is not Mayor Brandon Johnson's fault. You are so fucking ignorant, you keep forgetting we got an orange in the office that's controlling all it. You so ignorant in the city, gang, it really makes me sad, bruh. Because you want to talk about how many intellectuals come out of Chicago, but just show me every day that this city ain't filled with nothing but a bunch of idiots. Stop putting everything off on Venezuelans. It's not their fault they had to come here. Blame the orange in the office. It's not Brandon Johnson's fault that they here. This is doing everything he can do as mayor to make sure everybody is straight. And it don't always look pretty. What would you do if you was in this position?
Now, he's defending Mayor Brandon Johnson despite all the outcry from the foundational black American community up there in Chicago. Now, I told you guys that our biggest detractors in this early stage is going to be our own people, because you're trying to undo a consciousness that's been downloaded into their brains for so long. The majority of folk within our communities from the south to the east to the west to the north are still on that Democratic plantation. They are with the Democrats, right or wrong, weak or strong, and they're supporting them. So us in the grassroots, we're having a tussle match against our own FBA family and telling them we're not doing it this way no more. We got to shake it out of them. We're not doing it this way no more, right? Some of them gotta pass away off, right? And the new generation gotta come in, and then some of them we gotta change their mindset because they're working tooth and nail against us, right? Take the immigrants out for a minute. They're going there out of their way to defend immigrants because they are in full defense of the Democratic Party and they don't like Trump, right? And because of that, they just, whatever the Democrats say, they with it, right? They'll complain later, but right now, they're down with it. So he doubled down by saying this.
We want to know, what do they have that Mexican people and other black Americans can't attain? What the are the Venezuelans, Ukrainians, whoever, what the are they getting that people that are already here can't already have or cannot attain? Shut the up. Read. Is resources out there that they're hiding from you because they don't want you to have it. And you have to go look for it. Stop blaming that did not want to come over here in the first place about your problems. No, look, it could be two truths. It is true that the system is us over, us up, and it's also true that you are lazy. Wake up and go search for what the...
So this brother is going 1,000 times hard for this black and brown coalition that don't exist. It don't exist. And he found ways to call his own people lazy, because this is what we do. A lot of our people put ourselves down while big up in these other groups, while they also put us down and don't support us. They practice anti-black racism, right? They call us lazy. They call us all kinds of stuff. And he's on there echoing the same sentiments that they used against us, right? But guess what happened to him? Guess what happened? All that going hard for those Mexicans and those Guatemalans and those Venezuelans and all that, well, they start coming after him and calling him names and saying a whole bunch of disparaging things about him. Because I keep telling y'all, they ain't our friends. Y'all know I would know. They not our friends. They've never been our friends. But watch the turn of events and watch what happened.
You know you're not a real if a Mexican.
And that's why I'm gonna stop you right there. Cause how the is a non gonna tell me what make me a real? Day I went viral, and I could see I got a lot of upset, and all I did was react to some shit. Since posting this video, I ain't been getting but hate. A lot of hate. And a lot of hate, all the hate really is coming from Latino people, Mexican people. Now, this is in with me, right? Because if you know me personally, you know I'm not as active as I was. I'm a member of, Healthy Hood Chicago here. And this is a black and brown community that works together. So I'm feeling heavily conflicted right now because I don't fight hate with peace. I very much so fight fire with fire. I fight hate with hate. Talking about my dad not in my life because I'm black. Go get your fucking papers. See, we could do this game right here. This game of racism. We can do this all day, but it's not going to get us anywhere. See, it's not going to get us anywhere. All it's gonna do is just make motherfuckers hate each other even more. And obviously it's not getting us anywhere either. But I'm definitely not with this. I just find it funny, bro. The world feels as if they have a right to tell black people how to feel about blacks. And that ain't never been right. Cause how you finna tell me how to feel as a black man and you not black?
But see, this is why I always tell you guys to take the emotion out and just sit back, pay attention. Because now he's getting his wake-up call from these Latinos. They don't like us. The majority of them don't like us. I've been telling y'all that. Now, maybe over there in them countries, a lot of the Afro-Latinos, we may be cool with some of them, but a lot of them, they've been beaten down so bad, they want close proximity to the W man as well. So you got to really be careful around them a lot of times, right? But they don't like us. But there are some Afro-Latinos, right, that do call out their people, right, and try to warn us. And I tell you guys, listen to them. Because when they start blowing the whistle on their own community's anti-black racism, listen to them. This guy had to find out the hard way. He was going hard on his own foundational black Americans for these people, and they looking at him like they don't like traitors. But look what this woman was saying.
Where do we start? First, hello. This is your fellow brown Mexican friend. But I read the comments on your post. Sorry, I'm hungry. And it just proves the point of the anti-blackness in our community. Someone said, if she would have said black, she would have said negra. Because let me tell you something. My nickname is negra. And I'm not black. Therefore, because you're brown in our community, you already are seen as the ugly duckling. And that's exactly what you were saying. And people want to stand here and try to prove a point. What point? Let's be very real. Our community is filled of anti-blackness, colorism. I don't understand why people are getting so defensive over something that should be talked about more without the need of doing the whole black versus brown. There's no need for that. How do I deal with it? Up to it. I don't condone it. As a child, I didn't know any better. As an adult, now I do. And because I have a child who is darker than me, much darker than me, I don't call her negra. First of all, she doesn't like it, so we're not doing it. Even if out of endearment, we don't do that. I don't encourage her to stay out of the sun. The very opposite. Put on sunblock and go lay there. Get crispy because people pay for this. We don't. And You just have to be comfortable now as an adult to call these people out, whether it's your tia, your tío, your nina, your comadre, it doesn't matter. But we don't do it because it's so rooted in us that we ourselves let it happen right in our faces. And I'm not speaking for me because that's not the case here, but a lot of those comments is what is this being displayed right now.
And I don't understand what more people need to know. I've been telling you guys, right? You know, my background is well publicized. I've been telling y'all, they don't like us at all, right? People don't listen, right? So now you have this sister telling y'all. But you know what's funny? We get a chance to see just how racist they are when they actually talk like this. But then some of them even explain what goes on in their family when it comes to dark skin.
Be, brother, you better turn your radio back.
So what do you think about these Black Lives Matter that they want to be paid for being what is it, slaves and all that?
Reparations.
Yeah, there.
Are you talking about reparations? Well, I heard they passed in North Carolina.
Yes.
But it was a small little town in North Carolina that passed reparations for whoever's over there. I'm sure they'll try to do something out here in California. I think they already actually got a little board going that they're going to start looking into it. So
yeah, and that's what we, the Raza, need to step up, protest, and I'm talking major, and turn around and tell them, no, nobody gave reparations until the Native Americans and the Mexicans get ours first. We've been going through this crap a lot longer, so I don't want to hear it. Because it's not fair, dog. How are you going to give a bunch of money to a specific group, dog? This is the United States, a melting pot. How are you going to give it to a specific group?
Because right now they've got the white people with so much guilt. It was your
Like an older Mexican man won't let his daughter date a black man, but she could date a white man.
Because of the skin color. It's almost sad because they say, para mejorar la raza.
Yeah,
That's what they be saying.
To better the race.
Yeah.
So when my grandma moved to the city, and my grandpa moved to the city and they met, my grandma automatically just seemed better because she was with this guy from Michoacan that was light skinned and white with green eyes. And she looked like Felipe, dark, short. And that she thought she was better, fool. Like, I swear to God, for my grandma just passed, but she loved my nephew more than she loved my niece.
So you tell me, how can you have a black and brown coalition with people like this? It's not going to work. First of all, you don't speak their language. Number two, they've been conditioned to like whiteness more than they like themselves. Well, they don't even like their reflection in the mirror, man. That brown skin to them is a sin. They don't like it. And you think you're going to unite with these people? But again, when you condition a group of people to help everybody else but yourselves, you get the rude awakening the way this dude from Chicago Stucky did. Now he's torn. Well, you ain't torn. You just had so much disdain and hate for your own group that you was willing to go hard in the paint for somebody that don't even like you. That don't even like you. They don't rock with you. And you was willing to go hard for them. And now it's getting exposed. And we tried to warn you, but you ain't want to listen. So now you got to learn the hard way. But don't be like Stucky. Grassroots foundational black Americans, we calling this stuff out. We holding these people feet to the fire and we're holding them accountable. We're not going for it. We're not dealing with the emotion. We just staying calm. We just sitting over there and we just watching like this. Drinking our tea and our coffee. And we just letting everything unfold. And I always tell you guys, the longer you let them talk, the more they expose themselves. Don't get emotional and cut them off. Let them talk. Don't cut them off at all. When they finish, you finish now? Okay, I'll address everything piece by piece. And we just expose the whole thing. And we find out that we have no allies and no friends because these people want access and close to the W man. They believe that the only reason why we achieve the things that we achieve in this country is because of close proximity to those people. So that means that they look at them as something greater than themselves. And they look at you with disdain because you have access to the W man. And they want to take your place. They don't have dreams or aspirations of having full autonomy over themselves. They want to be under Mr. Charlie. And they can't stand you because they believe that you are under Mr. Charlie. So you can't unite with people with a thought process like that. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.